Hello. I'm just driving down a Crystal Palace hill, and I'm reminded about how much mudflood related evidence is around here. It's phenomenal. You know, if you watch like the UAP type channels, Martin Leaker, my friend Lee, Flat Earth Sub, you know, you'll see Crystal Palace is one of those key World Fair buildings that gets apparently taken out, knocked down, destroyed in a fire. Unbelievable construction and design, but we tend to focus on those big highlights. When you drive around a suburb like this, you see so much mud flood related stuff that that it really beggars belief that guys are unwilling to kind of look at this. You think about it, like if you built down into the basement, then you would need to buttress the walls of your dig. You would need to buttress them so that they didn't fall on you whilst you were building, but you would need space enough to build your walls. So in addition to building down an extra 8 foot or 10 foot, or digging down extra, you also have to dig a footing that gives you 3 foot, 4 foot, maybe more of space around the entire structure. Not only that, you're going to have to hope that your neighbors decide to dig as deep as you, because what we're contending here, if we still like to cling to the idea that this is what people did, they intentionally built their houses into the ground like this, was that they would have to hope that their neighbors would take the same approach, unless they were all building at exactly the same time. And I'm looking around and I see just example after example of, and one of the other things to notice, actually, I'll just point my camera out the window here, you'll notice with these shops, all of these shops, I'm not suggesting these shops specifically, but all of the shops, what they do is they oftentimes take out the lowest floor and they'll make a new glass or a new other style of frontage, you know, so it's not the original building, so you can't really see the evidence of there being half height windows and so on. Yeah, well, people, oh, there's some half height windows. I'm gonna pull over quickly. Let me just show you something. I'm gonna pull over, right? For all those heroes, they can't see the truth that their government has lied to them about everything, that their indoctrination or their education is simply indoctrination into a belief system, a Disney Pixar version of how the world is. If they can't see that when I show them these kind of evidences, then, you know, clearly they're not for waking. There we go. There we go. Hey man, check this out. Hey, have you got a basement downstairs? Is there a basement in your building? I've got a theory. Have you ever heard of the mud flood theory? You heard of mud flood? Okay, so I have a theory, well, we're working on a theory that all of these buildings existed before a mud flood came through here and covered up the original entrance to this building. The original entrance to this building would have been downstairs.
Oh, really?
And we've lost all of that, and we just said, oh, they cut themselves a new basement floor into here. You would never do that, because if I had to build here, I'd have to dig all the way to here so that I had enough space for my builders to lay their bricks. And then I'd have to shore that all up. Why would you do that? I'd just build another floor up. It's much harder digging down, and this was meant to be built before we had machines. All over Crystal Palace, there's plenty of evidence. I'm just going to walk down here. You'll see these houses here. They're all down, halfway down. You go all over London. We've got buildings all over London that are showing evidence that these buildings existed before there was a mud flood. YouTube mud flood. Look into it. Change your life, man. The whole world. Let me tell you, you know the biblical flood? I'm telling you that it's true. There's a biblical flood happened, and it might have only happened 150, 200 years ago, and we've all been lied to. We're all on the same team, but we've all been lied to, bro. Anyway, have a super day. How about that little bit of like thing? Now check this out. You hanging in there? I was wondering whether those guys were going to go rogue on me, you know, hanging in there. So I said to them, "You got a basement?" "Yes, we got a basement." What a surprise! Never been here before. Let's cross this road. There's a station, train station down here. There's a look at this building here. Just have a look here. Oh yeah. This is how you build, right? There's a window. And a little window in there. Yeah? Oh yeah, some builder kind of, this is what you're saying, some contending that a builder decided to do that because it wouldn't have been easier just to give these people like an upstairs rather than cutting them into the ground. Look at that. Oh look, there's a door underneath these stairs, which you can see when you look at the brickwork. What color is the different brickwork? They were built at the same time. And yes, this is concrete, but this has obviously come later, after the fact. I won't stop too long in case people think that I'm trying to film their house for some kind of nefarious act. But look at this. I mean, I haven't staged this. Down there, you can go downstairs. There's a doorway all the way down there. There's a doorway down there. There's, you know, again, this has been added after the fact, this entranceway. It's tacked on after the fact. And look at that. How difficult would that be to build? Why would you do that? Who would stand here and lay their bricks in this space? Why not just go up? We can go up. Look at that. Alleyway all the way downstairs. There's another doorway in the original, possibly the original downstairs of these buildings. Again, what the heck? What the heck? Suntrap. Hi. Suntrap. Look at that little window there. Little tiny window. Downstairs. Okay, this house, they seem to have covered that all up, but there's definitely going to be a basement. Definitely going to go downstairs there. Hey, oh, yeah. See, this is, why would you do that? Why would, oh, I'm going to make a basement, a beautiful, you know, where people are going to live. Guys, clearly right here in front of our faces. And this is all over the world. There are evidences of these all over the world. Okay, this is perhaps a later thing. Oh no, this house is original, and that, you know, all the way they've tagged on something later on. So, you know, this is down to the original, the original ground level. I would suggest to you is 6 foot, something like that, below me. This is Crystal Palace. This is on a hill. We're on a hill. It had to have flowed down here. It didn't destroy these buildings. It had to have run perhaps between these buildings, and they've gone back in there and cut between, you know, the dirt out. It's just fascinating to me, and fascinating why some people won't see this, can't see this, and are not able to see this, unwilling or whatever, but are not programmed to be able to see this, because the evidence is that not everyone's meant to see this, you know. And the crazier this sounds to you, the more I'm afraid it's likely that you're one of those people that you're not meant to hear this, and you're not meant to wake up now, and you're not meant to make the changes that you're meant to make. But this is the street level. And look, we'll go over just quickly. I won't belabor, I'm nearly out of battery anyway. Down here quickly. And look just around the back of this house and see what we can see. Yeah, look at that. All the way down there. So it's probably even another floor, but at least one. Alright, mate. Hello, mate. I'm just, look at that. Have you ever heard of mud flood? Right, but barefoot? Yeah, I don't wear shoes very often. It's not good for you. Have you heard of mud flood? You should look into mud flood on YouTube. Everybody is going crazy about it. That our history has been mistaught to us, and that we've been flooded a few hundred years ago, and that we come from a culture called the Tartarians. Look into Tartaria, man. You, my brother, might be a Tartarian. Have a good day. Have a good day. The only way is up. Yeah, you know, people, you look at you because you're walking around like asking questions and stuff like that, you know. But this is, you know, check this out. This is how you would build, guys. Hey, you don't believe that this could have happened, that they do this?